Hi, I'm Rebecca, and the question that I had regarding the Oliver case study can be located on page 50. It indicates that in the preceding discussion, the author submits that cultural misunderstandings made it difficult to engage Oliver's wife in treatment in a productive manner because her culture required her to support Oliver. She became an enabler, and it contributed to Oliver's continued drinking. Over the years, the term enabler has become a common label assigned mostly to the wife or female partner of a male alcoholic, and we can see that. Many women want to support their husbands. In this case, Oliver's wife was a Philippine um, ethnicity, and because that culture um, indicates that the woman must not defy her husband. Um, Whatever Oliver wanted his wife to do in therapy, as far as not discussing it, she did. She feared that he would get angry at her, and that would just put more hardship on their already rocky relationship. So. We know that she didn't discuss this with the therapist, and she just thought that the therapist should be able to just kind of get it fixed. She just wasn't educated on how she really needed to play a role in helping Oliver get better. So this particular role label helped lead to the formation of the Children of Alcoholics movement across the United States, yet some believe that the definition of enabler has slowly changed to imply that the mostly female role causes or are responsible for furthering her male partner's addiction. That is, some believe that the enabler is just as responsible for the addictive behavior as the addict is. First of all, I don't think it's just a female role. We do know that males also could be labeled as enablers, especially could be male friends who know that the individual is abusing alcohol, but then they ask them to go out and get a beer with them. It could be a male, a brother or another friend who gives them money when asked to purchase some beer. So it could be both a female and a male row. In exploring the term enabler, I did find out that there was a COA movement, and that movement was due to a few individuals who had went to some Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and they began discussing how how alcoholism affected them personally due to a family member's disease. And then finally it branched out to other meetings where more and more individuals came in and they spoke out how it affected them. So this kind of was the way that Al-Anon was formed. And I liked what it said in the research that I found, that the Al-Anon program suggests that you don't do for the alcoholic what he or she is capable of doing. So I wish the therapist had asked his wife to attend Al-Anon. I didn't see that in my reading. I think it would have been very healthy for her. I'm sure she was being affected by the problem, probably had depression and just hopelessness, hoping that her husband would get better, hoping that this therapist would be able to fix his problems. So, what extent do people blame the enabler for the behavior of other members of their family? I think that other members are blamed. Initially, the problem is with the abuser, but sometimes that blame gets pushed out to other members, especially if they see that they're enabling them by giving them money or taking them to the to get beer, or hanging out with them and purchasing beer. So I think individuals, either female or male, are to blame. It's just not females. Although, a lot of females do support their husbands. I think it's an issue for both males and females. So I'd like to kind of get your perspective. If you can respond on these questions. How do you feel about the role of females primarily being blamed for the enabler in an abuse situation? How, to what extent do you think that people blame the enabler for the behavior of the family member that is having the abuse situation? So just feel free to respond, and I will talk to you later.